I will be selecting a testing center because I want to appear at the center in person. If that is the option you have chosen, then it's going to it's going to give you a bit more information about what you need to know about before the exam day. One of the things that you have to know is to have your government issued identification card with you on that day. The card that you require must have your picture on it, and then it must be issued by government, and must have expiration date, and then must have signature right on the ID. Then the other thing you need to know is there's a short video here that will show you or where you can learn what to expect and understand what to expect during the exam or on the exam day. And then the third option here, the third thing here you need to know is about personal items. You are not expected to go to the center with any items with you other than your identification card that you'll be presenting to the proctor who will admit you on that day. But if you happen to go with any form of item at all that is not allowed into the exam hall, then they are going to give you, the testing center is going to give you a locker to keep your exam in a safe place uh, for the duration of your exam. Let's assume that I have a good internet at home and I want to use my computer at home to write the exam. Then I will choose the option of the on-view online with on-view, right? And here you can see you have more things to take note of. The first thing is your computer. You must have a computer and that have a good internet access and a webcam, because a live proctor is going to be connecting with you remotely to monitor the exam process from start to finish. You right? And then you must also have a clean desk. So the room should be distraction free. That means during the period or duration of your exam, nobody can enter into the room where you are. So if you know that you are going to be writing at home, you have to look for a quiet place where somebody cannot just come in, and you can lock your door to ensure that you are alone completely during the exam. And you'll be asked to show, your workspace area and everything. And again, your ID card, and you can also watch this video to understand, right? To understand how the exam is going to go. These are the two most common ones that people use. I'm going to go back to testing center and I'll click next here. Now on the next page is for me to select the before selecting the uh, exam location, right? One of the things going to ask you is to select a language. Remember that we said the exam can be delivered in different languages. So I'm going to select in English here, and then I'll click next on this page, and it's now giving me more information with regards to code of conduct with Microsoft, code of conduct, and then also Microsoft certification exam candidate agreement terms that we have to accept. If we don't accept, then we cannot write the exam, and then we accept any other thing that we are supposed to, and we click next. Now, this is more information about the examination policy. Since I'm going to the center, I'm expected to be at the center 15 minutes before my actual scheduled appointment, 15 minutes before. I shouldn't be late. And if you um, if you are to be late at all, you cannot be late more than 15 minutes or so after your appointment start time. If you are late beyond 15 minutes, then you might not be allowed to write the exam again, and it means you have to forfeit your examination fee or voucher that you use. Again, about your identification card that you are going to be needing, you have to go with your original ID card, right? No photocopy will be allowed. And then the card must be valid. That's why I said it must have expiration date. That means it must have an issue date and expiration date and be valid, not expired yet. And then must be issued by government. You can use international ID, international passport. I mean, you can use driver's license if you have, and then it must have include your names that you set earlier on your profile, and must have your passport on it and signature. Yes, these are important and key information that your ID card must have. If it's missing all of this, the proctor might not, the center might not allow you to take the exam. You have also information with regard to reschedule policy. Let's say you've scheduled the exam and you realize you are not ready to take the exam on the date that you have scheduled the exam for, or probably you are ready and you want to move the exam date backward. Either you want to move it forward or you want to move it backward. Either way, you must have at least or a minimum of 24 hours prior, that's before your actual exam time. Before your actual exam time. So let's say if you schedule the exam for 2 p.m. Tomorrow, for instance, and you want to move it to today, so you can move it between 8 a.m. and probably 1:59 p.m., right? Once it's beyond that, you might not be able to move it again and you'll be forced to write the exam. Cancellation policy follow the same approach, minimum of 24 hours to the exam. If it's less than that, you can't move the exam again. So what we just do here is to agree to the policy and we can move forward. Next is for me to choose my center where I want to write the exam. I can either use current location, is going to use Google Map to locate where I am and give me centers that are close to my proximity, right? But let me say I want to write my exam around the Yaba area. I'm just going to type Yaba Lagos here and it's going to give me center, and I'll click search. So by the time we check, we will realize that it's giving me centers that are around Yaba, Ikeja. Ikeja is close to Yaba as well. And you will see a lot of Yaba, Surulere also. So I can look at which area is closer to me and convenient for me to get to on time, and then I will select. So I want to go to Hashem Network Services Limited to write my exam. So I've selected the testing center that I want, and by the right here you will see the map to the location, and in the email that will be sent to you also contain the direction to the testing center location. I'm going to click next here to move forward. And the next page is going to show me, now I've selected the center, the next thing I need to select the date that I want to write this particular exam. I will be taking the exam, for instance, I'll be taking it by the end of this month, which is 29. I can decide to take it in January. Then, after taking, once you select a date, below you will see the time available for that particular date, right? Um, Here you can maintain 12 hours time format or 24 hour time format, and you can see that it has already selected a time slot for you. If you are okay with the time slot, then you can go ahead with it. You just click book this appointment. But if you are not okay, you can explore more time here, and I'm going to click explore more times, and here I have more times that I can select. Let me expand this. Okay, I have between 9:15 a.m. to 1 p.m. I want to write the exam or take the exam by 1 p.m. You can see that it has updated the time for me accordingly. Then now I can choose book this appointment. Now I book this appointment, and then on this page is going to give me summary or detail about my appointment, the date that I've selected, the exam name, and code, the time that will be given, that's 120 minutes, the language, and the exam location as well. If I click this remove, it's going to remove this information from this particular page. It's like I want to start all over again. So I'll just leave it. If you want to pay for a test um, like a simulated test, you can actually pay for it here. But I don't want to do that. I'll just move on to the bottom and click proceed to checkout. So on the payment page, here on the payment page, you will see information about the payment, the amount for the exam, the total that we're going to be paying, which is $83. And then if you have a voucher, you can add your voucher code here. Just click add voucher and it will bring this down. Let me see. I have a voucher code somewhere. Have a voucher code somewhere. I need to be using that code. Okay, and then I'll click apply. Okay, once you click apply on your voucher that you have added, it's going to look at the total, the voucher amount that you have added, is going to deduct it and tell you the balance that you have to pay below here. So in this case, I used 100% exam voucher, and I can proceed to next and finish the scheduling. So I'll just click next here. Now, there are times where you have just a 50% voucher, right? If you have a 50% voucher, if the voucher is coming directly from Microsoft, we call it inflow voucher. So such voucher, you can use it, but for you to complete that registration to make it 100%, you need to purchase the remaining 50%. You cannot use two free inflow voucher from Microsoft to take your exam. You have to, one have to be inflow, the balance have to be purchased. And the problem with in Nigeria or some African country is the fact that you cannot use your card to pay. You have to purchase the voucher, the remaining voucher from a testing center, right? Or people like MindHub that set voucher. You can actually purchase from them. And so I'll click next here to move forward. Okay, so on this page is just giving me like summary of my appointment, and I can click submit here to submit my order. I'll just click submit order. Okay, and I have finished scheduling the exam. This is just information about the exam. So I booked my appointment, right? So I can choose to return back to Microsoft Learn page. I've also received an email with all this information and the payment that I've made and all. Um, so we are going to be taken back to the Microsoft Learn page. Just give us a moment to be redirected. Okay, I'm back on my Microsoft Learn page, and yeah, I can go back to my profile picture at the top right corner here and click profile again. I go into my profile area. Now we should be able to see something on the profile page now. If I go to credentials here, I will see and I go to certifications, I will see the exam. This is my current appointment, right? And I said you can reschedule your exam. Maybe you're not ready, you want to move it forward or you want to move it backward. If you want to reschedule, you can either click reschedule here, or if you want to cancel the exam, you can click cancel. But remember, reschedule my exam. I'm going to change the date. I'll click reschedule here. As I click reschedule, it's going to try to take me again to person view page. But before then, so I have to set again. Now, is reschedule I wanted to. So I'll just select this, the exam. I've selected, I've booked earlier, and I'll pick a center. Center again, and I'll click next. Select English, that's my language for the exam in which the exam will be delivered. Right. Uh, I pick to reschedule the exam. Why am I getting this information? Okay, it's not bad. What I'm going to do is to expand this and go into Pearson View Home. Okay, so I have this exam and I'm going to click it. So I click it to open and I have reschedule button here. I clicked reschedule from here, so I expected it to bring me to that first page before this one, but it took me as if I want to write schedule a new exam. Okay, in case it happened that way, just expand this arrow, click on it to expand more and go to person view home. Once you get there, you see the exam, your appointment. Click on that exam and it will bring you straight into you will see the option to reschedule, and once you click reschedule it will bring you here. Let's say I want to move the date forward or backward. I can either choose a date before or I move it forward, saying I want to write it on December, and then time again I'm going to choose a new time, or let me leave it as this. Then we click um, book this appointment, and we go through the steps once again like we did at the initial time when we were booking the exam. You notice here, okay, it's not telling us the amount now because we've already inserted a voucher earlier. So it's not asking me to pay for any form of payment again, but just to reschedule the appointment. So I want to confirm the reschedule, and it's going to complete the reschedule and give me a new appointment information. So this is my new date now and time that I want to write this exam, and it will send you an updated email accordingly. Here we are finished again, and we can go back to the Microsoft page once again. This is an error. I'll just close this page and refresh the Microsoft page. This is 29, so it should change to December. Okay, December 2nd. So we're still on the credential page and certification page, and it has changed to December. What if I want to cancel the exam? I want to cancel the exam. Maybe I'm not going to take it again. We'll just click the cancel button here. I'm expecting it to take me to the same page, but it's asking again. And I'm going to put the address again. Again, click submit. After this submit, then it's going to take us now straight into uh, the so it's the same thing is happening. It's also bringing me here again as if I want to write exam, or I want to schedule a new exam. You remember the drill, what we did. Just click this double arrow here to expand this pane, and let's go to person view home page. And here is my exam again, and I'll click to go into the exam page, and then I can click cancel here to cancel this particular exam. Okay, then cancellation policy, I have more than 24 hours before December 2nd. So click cancel, and your exam or your appointment has been cancelled. So which means right now the voucher I used has been freed and I can reuse it again when I am ready to take the exam. We go back to the Microsoft page just for us to see. Okay, we have the tab open here. I'll just refresh, and the exam so have been, the appointment so have been cancelled. Now it's looking like when we first start initially, no activity on the certificate credentials and certifications page. There are no activities. So this brings us to the end of this uh, episode, and I am hoping and believe that somebody will be able to register their exam easily now without stress. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.